Hi, welcome back to Dish by RMU Culinary, a weekly installment where we show you delicious food. My name is Chef Brad with the Institute of Culinary Arts at Robert Morris University in downtown Chicago. On this week's episode, because Valentine's Day is right around the corner, I thought we would show you a really awesome and easy dessert that will impress anybody. It's called a Panna Cotta. Panna Cotta is in the custard family, but it's an eggless custard. So the base is cream, but we are going to use gelatin to kind of give it its body. So we're going to get started. I've got just about a quarter of a cup of cold water in a bowl and 1 tablespoon of granulated gelatin. And I'm going to sprinkle that over the top of the bowl itself. And then I'm going to take a spoon and just give that a stir to mix everything in. And this is called blooming the gelatin. We're trying to reactivate the gelatin itself so it helps to thicken our panna cotta. And so while that works, in a pan, I'm going to heat up 2 cups of heavy cream, about a half a cup of granulated sugar, and then we're going to add in 1 vanilla bean. So this is a vanilla bean. This is what we get vanilla extract from. Typically, the vanilla pods themselves are soaked in rum or whiskey or bourbon or other type of alcohol to pull out the flavor, and then it's bottled and it's what you buy in the store. So to use the vanilla bean, which you can also buy in the grocery store in the spice section, we're just going to take a paring knife and split the vanilla bean down the center, and then we're going to scrape all of those seeds off. And if you can see all that little black substance on the end of the knife, those are the vanilla beans themselves, so the vanilla seeds. So we're going to add that to our cream mixture as well. And this is going to steep into the cream. Now we're going to heat this mixture just until a simmer, and we want the sugar to dissolve, and we want it to really get a nice, delicious vanilla-y flavor. And then we're going to stir in this gelatin that we have bloomed, which once this mixture cools, and it'll take about an hour or 2 to set up in the fridge, it will be about the consistency of a creme brulee or a thicker pudding. And then we're going to top it with a delicious cherry compote that's got a little bit of almond extract in it, some sugar, a little cornstarch. So it will add a really nice, that red and white contrast, which is perfect for Valentine's Day. And the cherries are delicious too. I would recommend, because it is in the middle of winter time, it's not cherry season, to buy frozen cherries, not the Bing cherries, frozen tart cherries in your local supermarket. They're better quality than, for instance, the canned cherries in water might be. But if your local supermarket doesn't have the frozen cherries, by all means use canned cherries in the water, and you can make that compote. And we'll post that recipe on the website as well, so you can make both of them. So as this comes up to a simmer, we've got our gelatin, and it's really thick now. And we're going to add that to our cream mixture and whisk that in. And we want the gelatin to melt into the cream, and we want to make sure that sugar is melted in as well. And so we're going to take that vanilla bean out. If you wanted to, you can certainly, after you dissolve the sugar and the gelatin into the cream, let that vanilla bean pod sit in the cream mixture for about 30 or 40 minutes, and that'll just really give it a really strong, intensified vanilla flavor. But we still have all of those vanilla seeds in there, so it's still going to have a really great flavor, even if you don't keep it in there very long. And then we've got some clear 4-ounce ramekins. We're not baking these in the oven, so it's not necessary for them to be oven-proof. We're just going to pour them into our ramekins, leaving a little bit of space at the top so we have room to put our cherry compote. And then you'll just transfer these to the refrigerator for, like I said, 1 or 2 hours, and they'll last for a couple of days. So if you want to get this done ahead of time, by all means, get yourself as prepared as you would like. So if we want to move down here then to finish this, we've got a panna cotta that has been set up. And we've got this really great thick cherry compote, which will add a nice contrast to texture and color to the top of our panna cotta. And I've got a plate here, and we've got a nice little heart shortbread cookie as a nice little crunch to add to it, and then a sprig of mint, just again for a little bit of color contrast. So this is our vanilla bean panna cotta with cherry compote. For this recipe and more, please visit robertmorris-edu/dish.